This is Riri Mokru, and you're watching Wrestling with Mental Health. I'm all smiles because I'm joined here today with my main man, Nathan Skullz of 420 Klick.
Hi, what's going on, everybody?
Nathan, for those who may not know you, who is Nathan Skullz?
Nathan Skullz is an artist from. That's a weird question. I've never heard it that way. Thank you. Nathan Skullz is an artist from. I rap for 420 Klick. One of the founding members. We've been together since 2007. I started out as a multi-instrumentalist, but I mainly do hip hop full time nowadays. And Nathan Skullz, I do soul music as well as 420 stuff. So that's who I am in a nutshell.
What type of soul music?
What type of mainly hip hop. We're definitely always like influenced by like boom bap and the 90s kind of style, but we definitely kind of keep an ear for all the kind of new music that's kind of out. We're very adaptable.
Like I could see you guys singing a song like Bow Biv DeVoe.
We could do it, yeah, for sure. For sure. We have a song called I Smoke Alone where we're covering Will Thorogood, basically based off of his song called I Drink Alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, after doing a song like that, we can basically do anything now.
That's fucking cool. So, where did you grow up, and how did you find your environment shaped who you are today?
I grew up all around Ontario. My environment shaped me because me and my mom, we moved around like a lot growing up. So my environment was shaped a lot from all of the different places I moved. The friends I made in Ajax, the friends I made in Scarborough, the friends I made in Whitby, a majority of the friends that I made in Oshawa, because that's where I basically started going to high school and stuff like that. And cadets, I met a lot of people from walks of life that I still talk to today from that. So it was shaped by a lot of different experiences. Yeah.
That explains it. Cadet kid.
Yeah. Yeah, 2-5 Pickering.
I guess your mom would have been providing solidarity for you every time you kept moving around.
Yes. She is the cornerstone of that entire thing. My mom is a very hard worker. Very, very good name in the cleaning business that she made for herself. She's lived off the strength of her name and her reputation, and her hard work kind of it flows through me, and it's one of the things I'm lucky about. She's the huge like foundation for everything that I do.
What does the name Nathan Skullz represent to you?
Nathan Skullz is wow, that's a good question. Like a super villain, I guess, in a sense. Just like the ultimate super villain was kind of what I was going for when I thought about it. And then as I got older, it became more about anti-heroes. I'm a big, huge thing on comics for that. And my crew is very much, we're considered like really outside the hip-hop circle community of whatever the fuck they have kind of going on. And I've embraced that as I've gotten older, where people kind of automatically kind of cast you as the bad guy. So Nathan Skullz was me kind of leaning into that.
How would you describe yourself outside of music?
Probably the same way that I describe myself in. To be honest, I'm very low. I'm very low key and chill. I got to do a lot of work behind the scenes for 420 Klick and stuff like that. So I'm very much like a move in silence kind of guy. And my friends, everybody that's kind of collected to the crew, I work with a lot of very confident people. So I try to do the work behind the scenes to kind of make sure the ground is set for everything that we stand on. So I'm the worker bee, basically.
Yeah, you're making sure the foundation is set.
That's right.
Right on. When people meet you for the first time, what do you hope they understand about you?
Hmm. Shit. That's a really good question. Um, just that I'm just chill and I'm not I'm not always the crazy guy that I had to be on the mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to be, my rap skills are very technical these days. It's very honest these days. It's very angry these days. And that's because uh, hip hop, that's basically, those are my fourth rope spot. That's my dojo. That's my arena and that stuff like that. And when the person I gotta be on the mic, I don't always have to be in real life. So, I can kind of, as soon as I get out of the booth, just drop the shield and sword and just kind of just chill. I'm very, very laid back.
At your core, what drives you creatively and personally?
Family. Family's a big part of that. Me and my mom, my mom's the black sheep of my family. So I basically inherited that growing up. So at the end of the day, we're all we got. And I've built a family with LB and his family, and Pound Bang and his family, and it's a very, very small, tight circle of people that I would give my entire world for.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very family is what drives the music of 420 Klick. It's what drives LB's music. It's a huge part of what drives Pound's music, because he has to be he's got to be the main guy for his family, and watching him handle that role so well plays a huge part into what I do. I get to learn from some of the best, and that's part of, and yeah, keeping an open mind and learning and being open to learning new things and new ways to lead and new ways to better do my job. And that's the whole part of for 420 Klick, forever second to none. That's what that means, is kind of trying to find a way to be the best version of yourself for the people around you. Yeah.
Were you ever into professional wrestling growing up?
Yes. I was into watching Stone Cold Steve Austin and a Hurricane. When I was growing up, we didn't have cable. So what my mom would do was, when she would go out and do cleaning jobs at people's houses, she would take blank VHSs, and she would go into the house and she'd record all of the WWE wrestling that would be taking place that day, just so I had like something to watch when I was at home. So I loved the Hurricane. He didn't always win all of his fights, but he was cool in what he did.
He was.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a very short span of wrestling history, but yeah.
Damn, he is the one mask I don't have. I've got 100 downstairs. Never bought a Hurricane mask.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I might help you out with that eventually.
Thank you, bro.
No problem.
What era of wrestling did you watch the most?
Old school The Rock. The Rock was I think that was like Vince M. Frig. I can't even put a name on that year. Whatever year Stone Cold was just rocking it. I love the idea of Kane and the Undertaker. Yeah, the era where they were rocking out the most, because I thought it was really, really cool that there were these two dangerous guys, right? That they were feared by everybody in the wrestling world, but they had each other's backs, and I really appreciated that camaraderie and respect growing up. So whatever era that Undertaker and Kano dominated.
Right on.
I said Kano, but I meant Kane.
I know what you meant. I wasn't thinking Mortal Kombat. You're good. Who are your top 3 favorite wrestling characters of all time?
Stone Cold, Booker T, Hurricane.
Song list. Is there a match from back in the day that really stuck with you?
Fuck. I don't remember details, and that's the shitty part. No, there isn't.
That's okay. Was there a storyline you remember being fully invested in?
That's a good one. Fuck. Fuck, I can't say I do.
I'm sorry, I'm stumping you, man. I feel like
it's all good. No, this is what we're here for.
Overall, what does professional wrestling mean to you, and how do you view it today?
What it means to me was, growing up, I know what it meant to me was watching somebody kind of dominate in the ring. It's like pure adrenaline. The ultimate kind of like showboat, but like the means to back it up. That was my favorite part about that. And the one thing that's relevant with me today is that, you know, even with all the documentaries and stuff that's coming out, I feel like there's a worldwide respect for the blood, sweat, and tears that was put on in that ring to put on a good show for people, because growing up, that's what we remember. You know what I mean? It's the big times. And I got a dozen other friends that they could come in here and they'll tell you the exact time and date of their favorite fight and where they were when they were watching it and how old they were, and how those moments will just kind of stick with them forever. You know what I mean? Like, I remember the cage matches, but I don't remember parts of it. But I just remember just sitting and watching them and just enjoying them and stuff like that. And that's probably why I don't remember the storylines either, because I was into it, but just not as much as everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know people that are dedicated, kind of like you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out McGarry.
I'm like an old man. I've got so much useless fucking knowledge about wrestling.
It's not useless, buddy.
How old were you when you first started rapping?
I was 8. Sorry, oh, wow. No. I think I was 12. I was 12 when I wrote my first rhyme. I lived in Ajax. I lived at the corner of Harley and Bailey, and all my friends lived on Monarch Ave. So I would always walk from Harwood to Monarch Ave, and my friend Sergio, his brother, had just started rapping, so he set up a small studio in his basement downstairs, so everybody from the neighborhood would come down to try and get a bar in. And I remember I'd go in there and I wrote one line. I thought it was just the coolest fucking line ever. And I went in there and spit, and that was it. And then that was the end of it until then. But yeah, I was 12.
Did you take it as seriously as you do now?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Yes, I think I always I don't think you can write rhymes and rap without believing in yourself. So no matter what age that starts at, that's when it starts. So yeah. Yeah.
What was the turning point where you realized music was more than just a hobby?
When we opened up for Obi Trice, when Peter Jackson put us on stage for Obi Trice, that was the moment where it's like, okay, no, we can really do something with this. And that was the first time that we opened for him. The first time that we opened for him was, I think, back in 2014. And at that point, like, we were rapping, and mind you, me and Dylan were rapping together since like 2007. So that was like us 7 years in, and we were just like fucking around and stuff like that. But, you know, shout out Peter Jackson, I don't know, that was the first big show that we played where we're like, no, we can really fucking keep doing this and fucking make this fucking work. But that's the thing, Dylan and I, and shout out Nico, because Nico was a huge part of it when we started. Like, we always like believed that we could do what we're doing now. We always did. Like, from fucking high school, we used to joke about all of the amazing shit that we would go on to do, and we've gone on to do a significant amount of those things now. So yeah, it's really cool. Yeah,
that's cool. Dotting the I's and checking the check marks.
Yeah,
you guys, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
How did 420 Klick come together?
Stoners by the lake, J.L. Roberts, Nico, shout out Connors, and Dylan. LB, they came over to my house. I was living in Lakeview Park Avenue. I was living in the hood. There wasn't a lot of people welcome there except for those guys because they were cool as fuck. And Nico and them showed up to my doorstep one day, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna start a rap group." And I was automatically in because I was studying hip hop a lot with my cousin Kyle before I moved to Oshawa. So this was like my opportunity to be like, okay, I'm gonna join in with these guys. So I basically just jumped in with them and tried to come up with raps and stuff like that. So we put songs together. Pretty sure the first song that we put together was called My Hood or something like that. And I was like, we should be like the 420 boys because we love fucking smoking weed and rapping. And then Nico was like, yeah, that's fucking stupid. It should be like 420 Klick or something like that. Let's just change how they spell the word click and we'll do that. And it's been that way ever since. The rest is history.
Nice. What made you and LB realize you had chemistry as a duo?
When Nico left and we decided just to keep things going.
How would you describe the sound and identity of 420 Klick?
It's us. It's how would I describe it? I would describe it as two stoners dealing with the crazy shit kind of going on in the world and not completely letting it ruin our day. And trying to still find joy in the world despite all the fucked up shit that was kind of going on around us. Unfortunately, shit had started. There was a lot of violence in Oshawa. A lot of our friends were dying because of cancer or suicide or drug overdoses, or friends' parents were going through it, or our friends that we knew were going through it. Like, there was a lot of real shit going on around us at the time. And we wanted to be able to write songs and try to show hope in spite of that. So yeah, that's how I would describe it. Yeah.
Who were your earliest hip hop inspirations?
Tupac and Criss Cross. Tupac had this song with I don't want to fuck the word. I don't want to fuck the name up. The first I was gonna say Changes, but the first song I heard from him was "Do for Love." I grew up listening to that song, and it was about a very messed up relationship. But like the tagline was basically kind of going to love, but he was talking about a relationship that was kind of toxic. Not toxic, but like the push and pull of love and trying to keep people together and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Criss Cross was like, those are like the two coolest like kids on the planet. When I seen them doing it like that, I'm like, I didn't know you could do rap and be this young and just be this awesome. And yeah, that was it. That was it for me.
For me, it was Shaheem.
Shaheem, that's
man. He's like 15 and he's rapping like he's a fucking 30-year-old. Like it was something about those little kid rappers back in the day.
No, a lot of them were monsters, bro.
They made money.
A lot of them were monsters, and people that like kind of started young, and a lot of those guys that started young are still fucking kicking ass to this very day. Like Corey Gunn's a perfect example.
Yeah.
He is, he kind of came up with it because his dad was, Peter Guns, but like Corey Guns became a fucking monster in his own right. He became so good at rapping that the industry didn't know what to do with him, which I truly love about that guy, to be honest. His pen game is fucking deadly as fuck.
What artists influenced your writing style the most?
I would say Nas. Nas was really good. Nas is an amazing storyteller, and he found ways to write from so many different perspectives, and to be able to fully bring those thoughts to fruition takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of passion and a lot of love, and that's what I've learned and try to put into my writing. My writing is a little bit more technical, and I'm not the best at writing stories and stuff like that, but it's the people that are really, really good at their crafts that I like take the time to learn from.
I'd say like I'd liken you to Pac's delivery style too.
I can understand that. Pac was very deliberate. Pac's a very deliberate artist. He meant what he said every time that he said it, and he didn't have to repeat himself.
Well, he made it with that type of cadence.
That's right. His cadence was very, you remember how to say certain words. You remember when the people that really know his raps the best, they say it in his tone, they say it with his timing, they say it with a full fucking chest. So
Yeah.
you're absolutely right about that.
You're also a big metal fan.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that love come from?
That love came from my early time rapping. Before I was ever doing rap stuff, I took cello lessons. So the first instrument I learned how to play was the cello.
Oh, really?
And after that came the piano. So my love for metal came from understanding the technicals of orchestra music, which I started with. So once I started with that, I just always had like an open mind about music, and you know, for me, any genre, if it grooves, it moves. So I've always, you'll hear so many different Led Zeppelin. They had it where they have a moments of like where they really really groove, or Amel of the Sniffers, and now that's a rock group I'm talking about. But like also super amount of groove. Slipknot, when they first started back in '99, their first album was very technical. Like there was jazz influences in it for fuck's sakes, and it was like I didn't know you can do that, and so now I always like kind of look for the groove and the rhythm when the rhythm, like if it grooves it moves. So like rhythm and the people that kind of took the time to make sure rhythm was a part of their metal songs and stuff like that. That's what kind of grew me to it, and I've always been a fan of the energy. So yeah, that's where it came from.
Has metal influenced your hip hop sound or mindset in any way?
Yes, in all of the ways. It fuels the rage that I use when I'm rapping from a spot of rage. It fuels the energy in most parts. It fuels the groove in most parts. It fuels the tone in a lots of ways. Um, yeah, that's how I would put it. And I have a lot of friends of mine and friends that rap in. Sorry, I don't know saying why I just said rap, but my friends in Beguiler and Seagrave, they bring very, very, very high intensity to what they do. They have serious love for what they do. They have a fucking super, super groove when they get into their shit, and I've always been a fan of that. So it comes from many places, but metal is definitely fuel for me.
What has music done for you personally over the years?
Kept me alive.
Good answer. Outside of 420 Klick, what does your solo work as Nathan Skullz allow you to express differently?
I get to explore different tones. I get to explore different grooves. Um, 420 Click, even though we're not always happy music, is kind of what we were going for, and not everything you can't be happy all the time. Sometimes the tones kind of gotta exist, and you gotta let that out. Music's very therapeutic for me, so I get to explore different emotions, different feels, different sounds, different everything. You know what I mean? When I'm going for 420 Click, it's a very, especially now, we're working on a new project now, and it's very much 420 Click what we're doing. We're making sure that we're staying in the right headspace, and trying to let you know the environment of 420 help set the tone for the words that we got to say. And it's got to be something where we're known 420 Click's known for bringing light, so we're trying to build on that light. And then everything I get to do outside of that, I get to genuinely be myself, and it's not always light when I'm there.
Yeah. How do you balance your solo career with the group dynamic?
I do what I can when I can. I focus on what I can at the time. Um, when it's time for me to be 420, I'm there, and then to be fair, 420 Click comes first, and then I can kind of handle everything. It's how I prioritize. Yeah.
What current projects are you working on right now?
420 Click has a project with Nostradamus.
Ooh.
We are halfway through it, and then right after that, I have a project by myself. It's going to be my last project with Motive Music Canada. I signed to them 2 years ago, and I'm going to be working on Smoke and Mirrors Volume 2 right after 420 Click finishes tracking.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that.
Me too, buddy.
Looking ahead, what are your long-term goals, both for Nathan Skullz and 420 Klick?
My goal for 420 Klick is we kind of get where we need to be, from a stable kind of standpoint. LB is, focused on making it to the Junos this year, so we're gonna try and figure out how to make that happen. We've been getting we've been getting a lot of worldwide acclaim as of last year. We had a song with Alja called Heavy Smoke that played on Shady 4-5. So this year we're trying to build on that, and in the long term we're just going to be just making sure everything's rock steady. People already know what to expect from us when it comes to shows, when it comes to music. LB's home now, and he's been putting out some of the best music I've ever seen from him. He's been doing so fucking good, and we've been recording consistently. I can't wait for everybody to hear what he's been working on and what we've been working on and what everybody in the crew has been doing. There's not a lot I can say other than it's coming, and we're just kind of maintaining the work ethic and building on all the kind of good moments that we've had, especially since he's been home.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're just trying to keep everybody good. Everybody's home. Everybody's safe. You know what I mean? The kids are good. That's what matters to me. Taking care of our families, and then once that's settled, we can do everything else. So priorities.
That's right. How does mental health show up in your daily life?
On a regular. I have a lot of bad days, probably more bad days than good, and the only way that I can kind of balance that out is with the amazing people that I still have around me. Whether it's my cousins from Scarborough, whether it's Pound Banger, whether it's LB, whether it's Lotus James, shout out Lotus. I'm surrounded by a lot of good people, and that helps me stay afloat.
I'll say supporting community
Yes.
helps me a shitload. And I go and take classes at Canadian Mental Health every week. That's for me. And at the same thing, like I experience the same thing when I go to wrestling shows. Because I'm just a big mark.
And there's a big community there too, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Once people recognize you, if you're the only guy videotaping the show, like it makes an impact.
Absolutely. You definitely stand out. I can see that.
Does your mental state influence the kind of music you create?
Yes. Yes. Because fuck, how do I say this nicely? Dealing with the social pressures, racial pressures, and I'm just speaking from my own personal experience here. There's definitely a need to instill hope in my music and hope that reaches out to other people. Stone Kings is the thing, so Black excellence is a huge part of my job and the work and willpower that it takes to execute that. It takes a toll sometimes. It takes a toll sometimes when you're expected to be the best at everything, or not at everything, but like when you're expected to show up as your best self every time. It gets really fucking exhausting. So there's definitely a need to be real and honest about what you're going through, and that helps to not stay kind of locked in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, trying to stay 100% at all times, you're gonna break down eventually.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're gonna crash, without question. You have to learn to kind of pace yourself. That's the thing. That's the thing that I've learned.
Have you ever struggled with self-confidence in your journey?
All the time.
Yeah,
all the time. I was homeschooled before I went into high school, so there was a lot of social stuff that I missed out on. There was a lot of things that I missed out on growing up as a kid, where when I go into high school, I kind of had to fight for that because I didn't want to go into my adult life not knowing what high school was like, and I'm very very lucky. I survived high school because I had some of the best friends in the world, and I know how lucky I am because I know that wasn't the same situation for everybody.
Was there a particularly challenging moment in your life that you had to overcome?
Fuck. I think I've had thousands of them at this point. Um, Fuck. I don't know which one I'd like to speak on. Yes, I've had many. I've had many, but I've had people to go to figure out kind of how to best navigate those situations, and my that's been my greatest weapon is my community.
What tools or habits help you stay mentally grounded today?
A routine. I try to keep my place clean as much as possible. I write down stuff a lot. Recently, it's been talking to ChatGPT about inner peace because that for me is a cheaper way of therapy in a sense.
Yeah.
I smoke a lot of weed. I smoke some of the best weed in the country, so that definitely helps. And just making sure to reach out to my friends when I'm feeling when things are feeling really really heavy. My life's very very quiet right now, so I really just have work and sleep. But routine helps helps me set focus on the day. It helps me kind of stay in line. And cracking jokes with the homies. My family from Scarborough, they send me a lot of jokes like every day, and they're premiumly like they're all top 10 jokes. So
that's good. It keeps
we
you
spend the whole
toes.
day. Yeah, so we spend the whole fucking day laughing. We're all kind of separated amongst each other. I live in Oshawa. My other cousin lives in London, Ontario, and my other two cousins all live in Scarborough. We stay connected from all of these wicked memes that we share. We know that only us know our humor, so we can't just share these things out into the world without people getting offended or stuff like that. So we can share these things amongst ourselves and actually like crack these jokes amongst ourselves, and that's been one of my greatest weapons.
That's good.
With Oshawa can be a very crazy place to survive for any people of color, and you know what I mean. So because of my Scarborough family, it kind of all the shit that happens out here kind of just rolls off my back.
Do you notice a divide as a person of color?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Just the other day there was a lawyer that was attacked by the police and at the courthouse, and just the way that was handled was really fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been pulled over in this town just for walking while black, so I know what it's like for people out here. You know what I mean? When people try to highlight the injustice that goes on here, you know, I always take the time to listen because I know it's not a fucking joke.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them, they can't play that shit with me, but they play it with other people, and especially out here, they're very there's racism out here just like there's racism in the States, but there's somebody that made another point about it. It's like they're nicer about it here. The tone's different here. But it is they're still saying what they're saying.
Still saying it, yeah.
So, yeah, I had to move a certain way in spite of that. You know, shout out Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, but like, yeah, you can't act like it's not happening. So, yeah, there is a divide. 420 Klick, we do our best to bridge that gap, but we can only do so much.
Yeah. If you could give one piece of advice to someone battling their own mental health struggles, what would it be?
Reach out to your loved ones and let them know it's good. Even just a small check-in makes all the difference. You know what I mean? That's going to sound weird coming from me, from the people closest to me, because I'm not necessarily always on it, but I do know that would be the best advice I'd be able to give to somebody else if things get rough. Yeah.
What role does cannabis play in your life, creative process?
Like I said earlier, when it comes to 420 Klick, weed's not a gimmick for us. It sets the environment, which so it's already kind of naturally like it's inherent in a sense. But yeah, cannabis is like for the most part it's just there. I like to go for when the weather's better and stuff like that. I'll take myself to like Purple Woods or Lynn Shores and take a nice big walk with a big fucking joint and just go out there and just clear my head. I'm gonna be doing that a lot this year,
Yeah.
and that's it doesn't necessarily play as big a role as it used to play. For me, I like to get a lot of work done before I can kind of smoke, and then once like most of my stuff's kind of mapped out for the day, I usually smoke just to kind of just decompress or to celebrate. To celebrate, how fucked up life can be, or I had a really, really good day, or I had a really, really bad day, and okay, I'll get all my fucking ducks in a row, and then I'll just like want to enjoy it. So cannabis plays a role of celebration, a celebratory role.
Do you feel cannabis enhances your creativity, or is it more about lifestyle and culture?
It's more about culture. It's culture. My crew gets to set the tone for the culture, and in a sense, that's mine and Dylan's very, very special role with our place in hip hop these days. Is that we kind of get to set to it from a cultural sense where we don't have to. We're not there to fucking hop trends and play with the gimmicky rappers or hop on every fucking remix that's out there. We just do what we do because we naturally are awesome at doing what we do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how that's just how we handle it. Culture is a big part of it. We have to kind of keep our eyes on what's kind of going on with the culture today, and then we get to have our own kind of either joke about it or reaction to it, or kind of just figuring out kind of how to navigate with it. Where it's not like we're gonna be around here like it's about to be 19 years before 20 Klick in April, and then so we got another 21 years to go.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. Yeah, culture for sure.
How did the concept for Stone Kings come about? And what does the movement mean for you?
Stone Kings was something that me and Dylan, and I'm shouting out Nico again because he was there from the very fucking start. Stone Kings is something that we used to just say at high school. We would just kind of say it at the end of our verses or at the start of our verses and stuff like that. In 2012, I was living at Dylan's, and there was this video that came out. It was like a documentary called Hidden Colors, and at the end of the documentary, KRS-One said something about how you need to kind of govern yourself so that you could govern your family, so that you could just to help govern yourself and hold yourself in high regard, and kind of keep yourself grounded so that you can kind of keep your family and your people safe, and do what you can to lead by example. So Stone Kings kind of was based off of something very powerful that KRS once said, and that's what and that's why we do it today. We hold ourselves like kings. Dylan handles himself like a king. He's been doing so since the day that I met him. Stone Kings was something for us to kind of remember, like reminding us who we are kind of thing. And now it's Stone Kings Entertainment, Stone Kings Apparel, Stone Kings of Canada. And we it's one of those things where we always have to kind of say it so we never forget who we are. The way things are going in the hip hop world, for certain people, it would be better for them if we forgot who we were, and that's not going to happen. So it's just one of these things that we always say.
Do you believe that cannabis can have a personal mental health benefit?
In moderation, yes. I'm not gonna be the number one like, yeah, smoke weed, it's fucking great, guys, yeah. No, we don't do that. We're just kind of talking from our own personal experience. You're not fucking advocates for it. If we were, we'd probably be, we'd be stacked to the brim with fucking sponsors. But yeah, we just do what we do, man. Yeah, yeah. I'd say in moderation with good friends. If your local dispensary, if the people there are nice, yeah, sure.
Has your perspective on cannabis changed at all throughout the years?
Yes. More people are selling it. I come from a time when it was illegal, so all of this shit's weird to me. I don't really go to dispensaries still. I still buy off the black market. That's where you're gonna find all the good trees these days.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if that cuts me sponsorships, but other than that, I don't gotta worry about that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird place to. That was a really good question.
How do you separate responsible use from stereotype and stigma?
Don't smoke and drive. That's a good one. Don't smoke and drive. Make sure you're at home and clean your fucking place so you can enjoy and fucking smoke in peace. You know what I mean? Like fucking, I'd say regulation. My answer to that is regulation. Sorry?
Feng shui.
Yeah, yeah, create your own fucking feng shui, you know what I mean? You don't gotta completely do the whole lazy stoner thing, it's everybody has the whole lazy stoner stigmatism and stuff like that, but none of those guys have a house as clean as mine right now. So, you know what I mean? Handle your shit and then smoke to celebrate. That's the fuck I'd say.
Yeah. Was there ever a moment you had to set boundaries when it came to cannabis or remain focused and disciplined?
Yes, you gotta make sure. Yeah, nowadays I make sure all my ducks are in a row. I make sure if I need to talk to the label or send out a verse or talk to my cameraman or handle something with my cameraman or handle something with my label. Shout out Motive Music Canada, or to handle stuff with my own label. Shout out Stone Kings Entertainment, or if I gotta handle something for Dylan or tracking or stuff like that. I just make sure all my ducks are in a row so I can just sit and smoke in peace. I like being able to smoke with all of my ducks in a row. You know what I mean? That's how regulation.
What's your response to the people who criticize cannabis culture and hip hop?
Fuck you. Legit.
Damn right.
My job is to lead by example. I don't give a fuck what they have to say about anything. So fuck them. I'll put it like this. What is my actual answer? I would rather be here than on the Hip Hop Network. That's my fucking answer. Yeah.
Now that cannabis has become legal here in Canada, do you think the culture around it has changed for the better?
Yes and no. Some of the dispensary stuff is trash.
Oh, yeah.
And they know that they're putting trash out. The government's the government kind of getting their hands in it is basically for monetary gain. They don't give a fuck, and it's easier to see that every day. You know what I mean? I say if you got your people in the black market, keep those guys fed. Those are the people that are actually keeping the culture alive. Weed's a gimmick for a lot of these motherfuckers, and I don't appreciate that. But my crew has been more music central than fucking cannabis culture central, and I'm fine with it. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
For people navigating between curiosity and caution with cannabis, especially regarding mental well-being,
right?
What advice would you offer?
If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, and that's okay. There's people that like smoke that they quit smoking because they got too paranoid about it, or they got too sleepy about it, and it stopped them from doing what they needed to do. You know what I mean? I'm an advocate for anybody doing what's best for them. So if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. That's simple. Simple as that. We're not here to fucking shove joints in people's fucking mouths and shit. Like that's not gonna fucking help anybody.
Yeah, like the hippies in the 1950s or 1960s that dosed people acid.
Yeah, peace and love, man.
Exactly.
Peace and love. There's wars going outside. Peace and Your dog doesn't like to use that voice.
Sorry, bro.
No, it's all good.
What's an embarrassing song on your playlist?
Embarrassing song?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. That's a good question. There's this.
Like, for me, it's like Soul Decision.
Oh, fuck.
That song's fucking dope. I know the words to it.
That's a good fucking question. I was gonna pick a Ruby Waters song, but that's stupid because I just have a crush on Ruby Waters, and that's not a bad thing. There's this jazz version of Pinky and the Brain, and I'll listen to that while I'm cooking. I don't give a fuck. It's the funnest. It's the funnest jazz thing that I've probably ever heard.
You have to send me that. It sounds pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, better. I got another one. There's a Slipknot song by Richard Cheese. Richard Cheese did a cover of "People Equal Shit." It's like one of the happiest songs in the world, and the lyrics are just fucking just got it to the fucking nail.
Okay. Who are some of your favorite local artists right now?
Holy fuck. Okay. Eddie Jones, B1 the Architect, Ace on Eastwood, Daniel Sun, Solo YS, Julius. There's so many. Milestone's been doing such a really good job. Shazzy Boy. Meech 3-6 motherfucking 5. He's been doing so fucking good for the past couple of years. He's just been consistent, and he is leading the fucking charge. Agent, he's been at it for years. He's just getting back into the fucking game. Local, let's keep it. Seagrave, Beguiler. Fuck, so many. That's the thing. That's such a loaded question because there's so many fucking good artists from out here. Lotus James, Pound Banger.
Excellent.
Dre Specs, Schizophrenic. Like, that's the thing. Such a fucking long list. 420 Klick. I'm just throwing them in there. I don't care. It's my crew. Like everybody's been doing such a good fucking job lately. Yeah, it's a very fucking long list.
Is there one local artist you think is underappreciated and deserves more attention?
B1 the Architect. He has been leading the march.
That's a good answer.
Unapologetically for the past couple of years, and it's been a joy to fucking see.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a joy to see him, by the numbers, getting the acclaim that he deserves. He's one of the hardest working artists out here. It's a joy for me to work with him. I have a super group with him, which is really, really cool. He's kept my name in a lot of conversations, which I'm really, really happy about. But he has been working his motherfucking ass off, and he's been doing it. He's been staying true to himself. He's been handling his fucking business. It's been a joy to watch.
What was it like collaborating with Mad Child on Tossed Out, and how did that record come together?
Peter Jackson made that happen.
Nice.
Peter, the day that we recorded it, there were so many legends in the room that it was, I almost couldn't believe it happened. Ken West was there. Harley Gendon was there. Shout out Harley. Peter Jackson was there. I was homeless when I was homeless, and there was a time when I was homeless where Dylan and I had a show with Mad Child, and I didn't tell Dylan that I was living at Cornerstone. So I had Dylan meet me at my mom's place, and then we went and recorded the show, and then we went and we did the show, and he dropped me back at my mom's place, which was just up the street, and I walked from there to Cornerstone. So the fact that and then a couple years later, we came up with the change that we needed to get a feature from Mad Child. Mad Child was in town, and the song that we picked was called Tossed Out. My friend, our old producer at the time, Max, I played it for him, and he told me that I need to write a verse that was a little bit catchier and stuff like that would push the narrative, and I said, fuck that, and I decided to write about the time when I was actually going through shit, and it was with the artist that, and it was with Mad Child. I got to tell a real Mad Child story on it while on the song with Mad Child. It's probably one of the coolest hip hop Canadian moments that I've ever fucking had in my life. And shout out Peter, because he actually genuinely made that happen. And Peter Jackson plays a huge role in the majority of the historic moments that 420 Klick has had. But that was like top 3.
Who are your top 5 metal bands of all time?
Fuck. Mastodon, rest in peace, Brett Hines. Slayer, Slipknot. Fuck, that's 3, right?
Yeah.
Shit. Metallica. Seagrave.
Are there any local metal bands in our area that you feel we should check out?
Seagrave, Beguiler. Seagrave, Beguiler. Seagrave and Beguiler.
Who is your favorite solo metal artist?
Solo metal artist?
Yeah.
Fuck. There is a group, but I think they're a duo. Horror. 999. 999. We had a really cool interaction last year over Bad Brains and what Bad Brains meant to the punk community, because for people like us growing up, we were always told rap was the way, and that it was stupid and corny and weird of us to like music that was outside of our realm. And then somebody put us on to Bad Brains, and we understood what Bad Brains meant to the punk community, and it was like, well, what the fuck? There's a lot of people that I'm like, why didn't you put me onto Ice-T earlier?
I was just about to say something.
Yeah, I feel like if I knew exactly who Ice-T was when I was a kid, I wouldn't have heard shit from anybody growing up.
No.
You wouldn't have been able to tell me shit about nobody, because that guy handled rock respectively, and then what he did with Body Count was just fucking just
Cop Killer.
Yeah, I learned about Fuck the Police, but then I heard about Cop Killer. I'm like, well, but obviously that makes Ice-T the more badass one.
Yeah.
Shout out Ice Killer, by the way. Yeah, that's how I'd answer that question. Horror 999.
Where can people go to follow, stream your music, and support your work?
420 Klick is available on Spotify. Our YouTube channel, Stone Kings Entertainment, is about to hit 1 million views this year. That's thanks to all the fans and everybody that's been pushing and listening to our music religiously. Thank you for that. Nathan Skullz on Spotify and Apple Music and now Tidal. So, yeah, anywhere you find music, man.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime. Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, this is PWE superstar Cody Diener, the king of the schwa. You're listening to Wrestling with Mental Health. I want you to know it's important to take care of your mental health, but it's also important to support professional wrestling, independent professional wrestling, like Pro Wrestling Clips, like my buddy here has. So hey, keep listening, keep taking care of yourself, and keep loving professional wrestling.